Good morning, guys. So you can see the chicks are running around a little bit crazy. I came down to do my morning weigh-in, and there was a stink bug. You know, it's that time of the year when they just appear. So now they're kind of fighting over who gets to eat the bug, which is it's funny, but it's really good because then I know when they're outside, they're gonna try to eat the little bugs and stuff outside. So while you guys are watching the chickies fight over the stink bug, I'm going to tell you about what happened this morning. So my whole plan was to take them outside and put them in the chicken tractor during the day and then just bring them back to their brooder at night. Our days are hovering around 70 and it's holding pretty steady. Like, we haven't had too many jumps up to 90 in the past week. And it hasn't been getting too cold during the day. It hasn't really been under 70. So I was going to take them outside and put them in the chicken tractor. But we had a little bit of excitement this morning. I went out, I let the egg layers out like normal, fed them, make sure they had water. About half an hour later, they started going crazy. So I went outside to see what they were squawking about. They had half of them and Thule ran into the chicken tractor. The other half were scattered around hiding in bushes, but when I came out, they saw me, so they all started running towards me, screaming their little heads off, and a hawk swooped down. But since I was out there and the chickens ran directly to me, the hawk didn't have a chance to grab any. So they're outside freaking out right now because of this hawk. It's not even a big hawk. The hawk is smaller than the chickens. So all the chickens, I put them into the chicken tractor with their food and a water just so they wouldn't be running around squawking their little heads off. So now I don't have the chicken tractor to put the chicks in. So I am thinking about putting them maybe in a dog crate just so they can be outside, because for chicks, you need to start hardening them off. My plan is to put them outside permanently at 2 weeks, and they're already a week. Well, they're over a week now. So I have been hardening them off inside with their heat lamp. You can see it's clipped to a little desk that we have in here. I have moved their light further away, not directly under the light. So I've been hardening them off from their light, because if you keep chicks under heat, it will stunt their feather growth. Like, their pin feathers and their big girl feathers won't come in as fast. You really have to take them, you can't leave them on a heat lamp for too long. You really should be moving it further and further away. And since they'll be living outside in the chicken tractor, I want them to get used to being in it. So I'm going to take them out during the day and then bring them back in the brooder at night and see how that goes for the next week. And then they'll just be outside permanently. They're just little chunky things. Because they're bigger, they're getting this tiny space, like, dirtier a lot faster. And I just cleaned this whole thing out, what was it, like 2 days ago? And their whole, like, first week, I didn't really have to clean it out. I put in, about halfway through, about day 4, I put in a little bit more shavings for them. But I didn't have to clean it out. There wasn't that much poop. They weren't making that much mess, and it didn't smell. It still doesn't smell, like, it doesn't smell bad at all. But just from the couple days, it needs to be cleaned out again. So when I take them outside, I'll also be cleaning this out, and I'll show you guys when I take them outside. And I'm about to do that maybe in like 5 minutes. I just want to go outside and make sure the hawk isn't still, like, lurking around. You can see everyone's in here. So our 5 new Rhode Island Reds and Thule, when the hawk came, immediately ran into here. I had the front door open. And then our other 5 girls here, they kind of split up. But when I came outside, they all ran. They were in this bush, so they made a mad dash across the yard. And the hawk swooped down. I think there's a nest right there. Right here. In this tall tree. But I've never lost a chicken to a hawk. It's always been raccoons. So here is the raccoon. This one is bigger than the one we caught before. And you can hear it's like gruffing at me. This one is definitely bigger. I have the camera set up here overnight just to try to see if I'm catching anything. And this morning, the first thing I do when I wake up is check the camera. And I had one video because it's motion activated. So if it catches motion, it'll turn on. And it turned on, and you could see the raccoon walking up to the back of the cage. It ate the little marshmallow, and then it goes in the cage. So I immediately ran out here in my pajamas and to see if it was actually in here, if it went all the way in, and it did. But nothing else has been disturbed. It seems like the raccoon immediately came out of the little tree line, walked up, and went right into the trap. So I should probably I gotta turn the cage around. I'm making my life so difficult right now for no reason. I have the cage the wrong way. The door needs to go that way. Make it easier for myself. So you can see, I'll show you, the bottom, the grates are really big. So the grass will come through, but these holes are pretty small, and I don't think the chicks will be able to get through. What I'm gonna do is put them in here and then just sit here for a little bit and see what they do. Okay, so I am in the chick room, and I'm going to move them outside now. My handy dandy refrigerator drawer to move them. Come on, chickies, it's outside time. I'm just grabbing them all and moving them into their drawer, and they're trying to jump out. Don't jump out. I was gonna put them in like a laundry basket. We have one of those laundry baskets that you can grip at the top. But I figured since this is already dirty, and I'm gonna try to take their, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take their food too. That's working. Okay, so now we're gonna go outside. So I have my chickies here. We're gonna go in here, inside their little fenced in area. And I set up the dog crate in a sunny spot. We are going to put the chickies in. So I'm just gonna sit this over here. And then I think that this crate, I don't think the holes are big enough where they'll be able to get out. I'm just gonna put their food to one side. So I'm gonna go grab their water because this crappy water here that I need to take off the cage leaks constantly. If you guys just watch the chicks for me, I'll be right back. I'm back with their water, and I brought their heat lamp because it's only 70 today. I don't know if that's gonna be warm enough for them. I'm just gonna put their water in here. They look pretty happy. You can see they're already picking at the grass and plants, which is awesome because you can see like this one here is looking under. These gaps are not big enough for them to get out. The other chickens, they're like scrambling right now. They want to see what I have brought. They're like, what is that? What is going on? My Snow White Easter egger, she is the most curious. She's the first one to come see what's going on. Okay, so of course the extension cord I have is like, it's right there. It's just a tiny bit too short. So I'm gonna move them and hope I don't mush anybody. The light is on. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now I have to let the girls out. Okay, so I've let the girls out. I don't know if you guys saw, but the Easter egger jumped from the ground here up onto the roof there and then over to the top of the chicken tractor. Because I moved the chicken tractor because they were all jumping on top of it and then running around. So you can see the chickens. They're very curious about what these things are. And Thule, he did not get to take his morning bath because of the hawk situation. Normally he comes directly out and stretches his wings, then hops in the bath. But because we had the hawk problem, like immediately after I let them out, so his morning bath got interrupted, so now he's taking a little bit late today. He's so pretty. You're a handsome boy, Thule. And you can see, she's like, what? And then the leghorn. I think she's mad at everyone because she got pooped on last night. So I have my chicken wire, and then I have 24 gauge wire. Because you see over there, so I'm just gonna do a quick wrap. Okay, so I did a really quick wrap, just around the bottom, mainly with the chicken wire. Oh, look, they're so cute. I'm gonna wash them for a little bit more. And this is why whenever you move animals or give animals something new. Even if it's like a new water or feeder and you're like, oh, it's, you know, it's a water, it's gonna be fine. You should always watch them for a couple minutes because you never know. Because I left them out here for 15 minutes while I was running to get their water, the heat lamp, the extension cord, and they didn't leave at all. I think because it was a new place, they were just more interested in exploring what was around. And then I was watching them and they were just sneaking out. So for the first 20 minutes, they did nothing. And then as they got more comfortable, they started getting out. So if I would have just only watched them for that first little bit of time, I would have thought they were fine. I 100% thought they would be fine in here, and I didn't think they would be able to get out of those gaps. And it would have been a disaster because I would have went inside and then I would have left because I'm getting ready to leave for the day. And I would have left and I would have came back and I probably would not have any more chicks. And with the hawk this morning, they would have just been little chicken nuggets. So that is why whenever doing something with like a new house or a new place, or even like I said with waters and feeders, to make sure it's working and everything is fine. Because even with this water that I had to take off, this water, it got great reviews. Everyone said it was like the best water, never leaks, it's so wonderful. It leaks constantly. So, and I didn't realize that because I didn't watch when I put it into a new enclosure. I just figured, oh, it's gonna work. I came back about half an hour later, the whole water was empty and the whole bottom of the crate was full of water. That's why it was awesome that we sat here and watched them for a little bit. Which my little 5-minute adventure bringing the chicks out for the first time turned into like almost an hour. That is us putting the chicks out for the first day, and then we'll bring them back in tonight for the brooder.
Hey, you made it to the end. We hope you like what we're sharing. Subscribe to keep up with the tiny homestead. Thanks for watching Napier Family Farm. Love and best wishes from our backyard to yours.